Miles Morales is dating Starling. Miles is happy in life, but just like any normal relationship, he is also having trouble, where Miles believes they don't have the rights to take the criminals' lives. Starling thinks if these villains cause more damage, don't care of normal people, so the heroes have to stop them, even if it take their lives, and it's bothering Miles. So he meets Peter Parker, his mentor, to get some advice of love life and superheroic duties. So Peter decides to tell a story. It's about him and a girl named Gwen Stacy, and Peter's regret about his life that he felt both Gwen and her father, Captain Stacy. Welcome to Comicstube YouTube channel. In today's video, we will review Chapter 71 of Love Unlimited Infinity comic. So if you guys are new here, please subscribe and turn on all the notifications to never miss any future uploads. Please like, comment and share. All the text and images are owned by its respected company. You can support them by purchasing it digitally or from any offline stores. The issue opens up in the past. When Gwen was alive, she was dating Peter and was so much happy. She filled Peter's life with joy and happiness, and the best part about her, she was fearless. She gave without asking, without taking, and Peter loved her so much. Hearing about Gwen, Miles tells Peter they sound great together, but his situation is different. So Peter replies, yes, their relation was great, except one thing. He never told Gwen he was Spider-Man. So Miles tells her he tried to protect his secret identity for a reason. He also taught him that. Peter admits that. But in his case, it wasn't that simple. A secret identity is still a secret, and secrets can be as explosives as a pumpkin bomb. So one day, Gwen's father, Captain George Stacy, invited Peter into his home for the dinner. He was nice to Peter. They talked a lot, and George also gave his opinion about Spider-Man and J. Jonah Jameson, as how the editor always framed him, and not talking about the real problems affecting this city. Increased rents, collapsing transit system, thousands of human beings chooses to live on the street. Nothing that can't be blamed on Spider-Man. So right then, Peter was thinking, could Captain Stacy knows that Peter was Spider-Man? And that night, Peter was fighting Doc Ock on a rooftop, and one little kid came between them. But before the chimney could took his life, Captain Stacy saved the kid by sacrificing himself. He was there because of Peter, and he died because of him. And somehow, Peter managed to make everything even worse. He attended the funeral. Gwen was completely broken by her father's death, and everyone was blaming Spider-Man for that. And Gwen heard all of that, and somehow she also believed Spider-Man was responsible, and she hated him the most. Her father defended him, nearly destroyed his reputation. And for what? Where was Spider-Man when he needed to be saved? Peter tried to convince Gwen. Spider-Man did his best. He can't be everywhere at once. Maybe he didn't have any backup. So Gwen told him, this city is filled with superheroes, so it doesn't make any sense. And the worst part about it, Gwen was right. Peter received a text message from Johnny Storm that he needed his help on a mission. Peter tried to avoid it as he wanted to stay with Gwen, but he can't, and he left Gwen alone in the funeral. Hearing this, Miles also gets surprised, as Gwen wanted Peter in that time, and he still left her. So Peter tells him he messed up. He may be a superhuman, but he is still a human. So after taking care of Dr. Doom and helping the FF, Peter returned to the funeral, and there he met Aunt May. She cannot believe how Peter was this much irresponsible, so she told her son to apologize to Gwen. Peter approached her and tried to say sorry. So Gwen asked him where was he, but Peter didn't have any answers, and it drove her mad. He left her alone when she needed him the most, and she is confused. Sometimes Peter is all strength and energy and passion, and then he turns around and acts like this every time he asks for forgiveness and keep doing the same thing. So he has to choose to do better. He has to choose it. His responsibility was to be with her, and she left the place. At the night, Peter was disturbed. He was unable to sleep. He was thinking about Gwen. He wanted to tell her everything, but she blamed Spider-Man for her father's death, so he didn't. Weeks passed like that. Peter knew Gwen deserved the truth, but he also told himself that his identity was a secret, precisely to keep her safe. He could have made up a reason for his disappearance, but he didn't want to lie. So months later, Gwen called Peter and she wanted to meet him. So they got together and talked about what is happening with her life. And she told Peter she wanted to go to London to her uncle and aunt's place as she was facing difficulties to adjust in this city. Ghost of her father and her mother, everything is haunted her. So she decided to go to London to stay with them for a while. But hearing this, Peter got worried. He tried to convince her, this is a little rush, moving to another continent. What about college? What about them? But Gwen stopped him. She tried, but it is hard for her. The whole city is her parents' home and she doesn't want to become her too. She wanted Peter to come with her, but she knew that's not possible. Peter remembers what Captain Stacy told him before he died. He knew Peter was Spider-Man and he wanted him to keep his cult safe. But Peter failed both Captain Stacy and Gwen, and Peter blames himself that he didn't do his best. He made a promise to Captain, a lie, the moment he decided to keep Gwen in the dark about what really happened. They both deserved better from him, and Peter wishes he had found the strength to give it to them. So that day, he got caught up with the Prowler and he was fighting him when he needed to be with Gwen. So he took Prowler into the hospital and quickly left and arrived into Gwen's apartment. But there he learned she has left for the airport. So Peter quickly arrived there and saw Gwen in the crowd. The security guards tried to stop him, but Peter quickly dodged them and rushed after Gwen. But he failed. He tried to call Gwen, but his voice won't reach her, and Gwen left. And that was the first time Peter lost Gwen Stacy. So after 1 year, Gwen returned to New York and spent time with Peter, but he still kept his secrets as Peter was scared to tell her what is going on with him. Alien overlords, super criminals. Peter's life was a total mess and it showed. Gwen felt something was wrong with Peter. She could see him pulling away from her in those last weeks, but she never knew why, and she deserved that answer, and it still hurts Peter. He breaks into tears, so he tells Miles to talk with Starling and sort this out. Don't make the mistake just like he did. So after saying goodbye, Miles meets with Starling for a long talk, and with this, the chapter 71 of Love Unlimited Infinity comic comes to a close. So which part you like the most? Please share them on the comment section down below. And please like this video and do subscribe, as this will motivate me to make more contents. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.